I'm never feeling lonely at Summa Health Systems. I'm Ken Burchett, and this is my Senior Apex presentation. And if you liked that title, well, enough femur jokes that you might find a bit humorous. To be honest, I could keep going, but I think it's time that we move on. It should be, at least.
You tap it first, and then it waits 15 seconds.
No, that's the thing. I shouldn't tap it. I have it set to start as soon as I open it. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna manually do it then, I guess, if it doesn't want to do that. Okay, so I'm at Summa Health Systems. I am in their radiology lab, and my supervisor is Deborah Wanger. She is the radiology manager. I'm there from 12:45 to 3:15 on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Radiology is the study of looking into the person without actually cutting them open, and it's not just about bones, despite my title slide. There's a lot of different types of radiology. There's like X-ray, CT, MRI, ultrasound, and I get to see all of those while I'm at my internship. So why do I want to be a radiologist? Well, I've always known I wanted to be a doctor, but I didn't know what type. And as a radiologist, I would get to work with a very small team of people in the background instead of like actively working with patients, which I have found the general public makes me very, very exhausted. So that's probably not what I want to do with the rest of my life. I started out in the COE building, which is with the outpatient people, and then I went to the inpatient area, and then I'm gonna finish off the year in the ER. In the COE building, I observe the procedures and stuff, and then I can also clean up, I can transport patients, I can push wheelchairs by myself, and I can push beds with assistance. And I can also set things up for the next exams. I was specifically put in COE first because it's a lot slower of an environment, so it allowed me to get used to the areas and like learn more about the exams, and it'll give me more time to really get used to what I'm doing, and I had a great time there. In the inpatient area, they do the same thing, except it's with the people that are in the hospital. And then they also have a few other types of exams that they can't do in the COE building, like para and thoracentesis, where they drain fluids out of people. And here's me holding a bag of those fluids. It was still warm. There's a lot of issues with like working in a medical setting. I can't really talk about or take pictures about what I'm doing, so you kind of have to take my word for it. I can say things without giving identifying information, but without any of the cool pictures, I mean, what's the point, really? And also, despite this very official one-size-fits-all bunny suit that I was in for the surgery area, I'm not actually qualified to do anything, so I can't like move patients, I can't transfer them onto machines, I can't do any of that stuff. So I just have to be really, really enthusiastic about the things that I can do, which is mostly cleaning, but it's fun. And then another thing is that since I have classes in the morning, I can't do anything in the afternoon if they don't do the things in the afternoon. Like there's a lot of types of exams that have to be done in the morning, and I just miss those. But otherwise, I have a good time because there's tons of stuff there. And yeah, I've seen a lot of really cool stuff otherwise. I saw a person who was stabbed and his lung collapsed, and that's the difference between a stabbed lung and a normal lung. I got off of Google because I couldn't have an actual picture of the person. I saw someone who was shot. I saw someone who was fully brain dead, although they left before I got there. It's really sad seeing people that are like in pain. However, it's really cool that I get to be a part of the team that's helping people get better. This connects to pretty much all of our coursework in the science areas. I mean, last year in anatomy and physiology, we literally had a presentation about the different types of radiology. Thank you, Tessa and Olivia. We did a great job on that. And we also talk about the other stuff we learned in anatomy and physiology, like the different anatomical positions and stuff, sagittal, coronal, transverse, etc. And then it also connects to like biology and BME and all like the cell stuff that we learned, because there's a lot of like, that's how radiology works. And so even though I don't really think about it too often when I'm like actually doing stuff, I'm still like surrounded by all of the science that we've been learning through our past 4 years of high school. So there's a lot of sense of community and collaboration. One, we're helping everyone in the community, but there's also a whole bunch of different technicians, doctors, and nurses and stuff that are all working together in order to help all of the patients. And I always make little origamis for all of the people that I like, because I like the people that I work with. Of course, there's also that HIPAA issue that I've had, and I also, you know, my lack of qualifications and stuff, I have to use a lot of like problem solving and innovation in order to figure out what all I can do, and I'm not doing it by myself. My supervisor and the volunteer department also help me figure that out, but it requires some thinking. And then also, there's nothing stopping me when there's no patients from just sitting there on my phone. Like, they're not gonna tell me no. So I have to actively make sure that if I wanna learn, I'm actually getting things out of this experience. So I always ask, hey, is there anything else I can do? And that ended up with me using a Geiger counter in order to test the nuclear medicine area for stray radiation and stuff. This trash bag was radioactive. We don't know why, but we just let it sit there so that it wasn't radioactive. I'm gonna be spending the rest of my year roughly in the emergency department, and I'm super duper excited for that. It's a lot more of a fast-paced environment, and there's a lot more cool things that are over there. And I've already had some, that wasn't supposed to happen. I've already had some experience in the ER department. I just started there officially, but I was also there for a few times before when I was supposed to be in the inpatient area, just because there isn't enough staff. And yeah, I've had a lot of fun these past 5-6 months, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of my time there. Thank you.